Algebra Meltdown is a game on Manga High that tests your ability to solve linear equations quickly and efficiently. One of the important features of the game is that you are given multiple avenues to solve a linear equation, and it's your job to figure out if that answer is a whole number or not, and if the answer is between -9 and +9. As you set up the game, each of these 4 difficulties is basically a level. So for example, easy has multiple stages inside of it. And if you quit out of easy without beating all of the stages, you go back to the beginning of easy. But when you beat the entire difficulty, that means you no longer have to go back and restart that individual difficulty. So for example, I'm going to start on medium, just because the equations are a little bit tougher. We look at the very bottom right and we have an equation here that we're trying to solve. There are a lot of different avenues to try to solve this problem, but for example, I want 5 times -9 to be equal to -45. That would make my x have to be -5. Now if you notice, as this scientist over here, he's getting angrier, getting redder. That means I'm running out of time. If I ever feel crunch for time, in the top left, I can hit the T brake, and that will get the scientist to all calm down for a little bit, but you have a limited number of T brakes. Also, when you see these little arrows, when you click this, it changes the equation now for this scientist up here. This answer, there's a couple different ways to solve it, but I can add 4 to both sides to get x is -3 for this problem. Now, you notice that the paths change, but the scientists keep showing up on each path, so it's really important to make sure you're finding a nice balance between them to solve the problems. This one looks like it's 7. As you beat an entire difficulty, this bar up here on the right starts increasing, and this is only one stage. So when I beat this stage, I then probably have 4 or 5 others. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. We probably have 4 or 5 others that we can solve and beat as well. Now, we also notice down here on the right, or on the left, sorry, is the number of misses you're allowed in a level. You notice the scientist is getting very angry. She leaves. That takes one of my misses away. So this is a tough game. I will give you one final hint as you play. If you pause the game like this, none of the timers continue to go. So if I am looking at the equation in the bottom right and I write it down on a separate sheet of paper and pause, I can solve the equation out on a piece of paper without running out of time. So that strategy is definitely allowed for this game, but that's Algebra Meltdown, one of my favorite games on Manga High.